All right.
Are you ready to do this show now? You're live.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
All righty. Yeah, we've got, let's see, 18 people jumping in there. I see Jed Clampett. Ooh, Doggy has made it into the room. Patsy Ann's here. Roe Prepper Show 13. Oh, lots of people in the room. People I haven't seen before. Dory. David Reed is still here. Cortez. Kesselmum, Avon, everybody else hanging out. Hello to you all. Hello. How you doing there, Troy? How's the week been treating you, buddy?
A little bit better. Well, better and worse. It's been very cold nights, but it's been very cold days. Well, I didn't get sick from the heat, so it was all right.
That's good. That's good.
It
So,
was a crazy weather this year. Really crazy weather.
now, I have had a couple of people make comments during other shows to tell you that they think you should get the mobile home.
Yeah, actually, everybody has said the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're jumping up and down and telling me to tell you that you need to go ahead and purchase the mobile home thing and whatever else. And I don't know, man. What you do with everything else is all up to you. But yeah, I can see getting that because it's solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's got a well, I'm going to mention this. People are already asking. I get the motorhome next Sunday. It
Ooh.
has the advantage of the motorhome. It has a solid fiberglass body, no leaks. It has a steel frame, which means no ants, and it has a solid foam insulation, which means no mice in the walls.
Yeah. That's good stuff all the way around. Also means the cat can't get out through the hole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's solid. It only has 50,000 miles on it, and it wasn't used hardly at all, so it's in good shape.
All right. Well, sir, what's been going on this week, and what's the show about tonight?
Well, the garden was the biggest thing this weekend. Finally got the deer fence up this weekend. Also got the rainwater collection improved a little bit. I got a 275-gallon water tank. So,
Is that the square? Is that where'd that tank come from? What is that?
this guy Neil, who lives not too far away, he brought that over and dropped it off. He got it for free and brought it over to me.
Is it one of those kind you wanted with a cage around it?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
It's exactly what I wanted. So now I have to fill it. So that's one of the goals this week is to see about filling that thing
Okay.
and getting my garden planted.
There you go. Now I put the phone number up. If you wish to call and speak and ask Troy a question, what we're going to do is we're going to take these phone calls. This is a 513-258-5969 until I figure out who's on the phone before we actually put you on air. So don't be upset if you don't get to call and listen to yourself right away, because we've had some rotten phone calls lately, and that's the way it's going to be. If it has to get worse, I will take the phone calls off the air and ask the questions later. So with that, Troy, what else is going on this week besides the water? You saw your collection system and your little video you had.
Yeah.
And it didn't get a whole lot, but it wasn't a drenching rain, so.
No, I only got 40 gallons in 5 days of rain.
Wow.
So although last year I would fill that in 10 minutes, I would fill a 30-gallon tank with those same two sheets. The
Excuse me.
rain was just a drizzle for 5 days straight.
Yeah. You know,
So
when you need it, you don't get it, and when you don't want it, it comes down like barrels.
that's the funny thing. That's how it usually goes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what's going on with the garden?
Well, I finally got the deer fence up. My friend came over on Saturday. It was a horrible rainy day, and we worked anyway. And we had a little bit of a barbecue. We roasted hot dogs over a rainy open fire, and but we made the best of it. We cut down some trees out of the forest, some little saplings,
Right.
and pounded them into the ground and put up the deer fence.
Good. Good. So what else is going on?
Just trying to keep warm. It's pretty crazy here.
All right. Now you do have a question in the room. Go Green PM. Go Green asks, what kind of panels do you use, Troy? Now, are you
I know.
talking water panels or are you talking electric
No, I think he means solar.
solar?
I'm thinking, and I'm trying to remember. It's Sun. Oh, I forgot. It's Sun something or others. I keep forgetting the name of them.
All right. Now, did you fix the one panel that got broke during the storm?
No, my own homemade panels are off to the side right now.
All right. So how much are you gathering via solar if those are off to the side?
Well, I've got 600 watts of solar panels hooked up. Um, I actually Sunforce, that's it. Sunforce, Lion Family said it. I have some more panels on the way, but honestly, until I get more batteries, it's not going to be useful.
Okay.
So I need more batteries. There's this, just to remind everybody, Tim, who got these solar panels, he lent them to me. So I'm going to have to come up with some other ones anyway soon, because these are borrowed. So I'll have to be working on my old ones that got ruined in the move and get them repaired pretty soon.
Now, how hard is it going to be to fix those?
They're pretty bad. I made them with wood, and what I did is I used the what do you call it, EVA sheeting. It's a rubbery stuff that sort of turns to a gluey mass when you heat it, and basically glued the solar cells to this piece of wood. And the wood has been destroyed because of my stupid way of storing them in the winter. So I'm gonna probably take off the back wood panel and sandwich the whole thing in 2 sheets of glass.
All right.
That'll be the best way to go.
Now, what are you doing for heat now?
Fireplace. I've got, it's since I put that tank up on top of the fireplace, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm running it sparingly because, to be honest, I still don't have. Today I wanted to get my chainsaw done, but I was gone most of the day. I took an easy day today. I enjoyed the holiday, and I went garage sailing, and I did some fishing, and I didn't do much today.
Well, you went garage sailing. Did you get anything good?
Yeah, actually, I ended up, without spending $1, I got a truckload of stuff.
Oh.
I couldn't spend my money today. I got some free flooring, which I'll use as paneling inside the chicken coop. I've got some insulation for the chicken coop. I've got an outdoor yard light that I'll use in the chicken coop. I'll put my LED lights in the globe of it. And what else I get? Oh, I got some sun tea jars, and which, because I broke mine before, or mine actually fell apart. And all kinds of little stuff, just a lot of little stuff. Little oil lamps for free. Everything was free.
I love yard sailing and taking a van or the truck, and what we love to do is hit them right before close. And a lot of times I make them a deal. You know, I give you, you know, they want something, they want whatever, they're going to haul it off, pack it up. You can offer to haul it away, or you can offer to give them $10 to haul it all out for them. And you can either buy everything real cheap, or sometimes you get a lot of stuff for free just to drag it out of there. So.
Yeah, well, I went during prime time shopping hours, but people, I guess, were just tired of it for now, and they were just giving stuff away.
Wow, you can't beat that with a big stick.
You know, and anything that's usable for the off-grid project or for survival, I always grab.
Oh yeah.
Like the little oil lamps, they can be mounted on the wall or stand upright. They're great.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got a recently. My big score was my in-laws no longer wanted. I found it was starting to rust, and I cleaned it out. But I've got a 6-quart Dutch oven that they had back in the garage and didn't do anything with it, and I picked that up for free. And it's the kind without the legs on the bottom. And
nice. Those are better.
That's what I've been looking for. I don't like the legs, so.
I sawed them off mine because then you can use it on the gas stove as well.
Yeah, I put it in the oven. Use it. I did the first thing I did, brought it home, burned it out, seasoned it back up, and then the first thing I did was a big beef roast and taters and carrots and stuff in it in the oven. And
nice.
Did that, and then yeah, I like it because I can take it camping and put it on a trivet or a couple rocks or whatever. I got trivets here also I use, and then I've got a trivet to put down inside of it to if I want to bake in there, stuff like that, make a pie or something in it. So But
Yeah,
you got the. So you've been working around on the uh, deer fence, and you cut down some
yeah,
saplings. You got that up. How
yep.
close are you? I mean, you got most of the plants in, all the plants in.
No, I only have half the garden. The raised beds are only up in half the garden.
Okay.
And I couldn't plant until I had the deer fence up because the deer will destroy everything as soon as you put it out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I couldn't plant, and now I can.
Yeah, I've got a couple of big deer that come up in the backyard. They just started coming back up again. They've been gone for a while. I don't know where they've been hiding out for this spring, but they just showed up the other day out back again. And yeah, yeah, definitely. They're trying to beat me to the wood sorrel, dagnabbit. And
Oh yeah, the sorrel is so nice.
so with that going on, you've got that stuff happening. You went fishing. Did you go fishing there at the property, or did you go somewhere else?
No, I've been fishing right here. I don't have to leave the property for anything. I got grazing material here, and I got everything pretty much. It's nice.
Well, did you catch anything?
Yeah, actually, I won't go much into that because it's the video for tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's almost done uploading. So as soon as this is over, it'll be live.
All right.
So I won't go into much detail there.
But you got something to eat.
But yeah, I had my dinner tonight.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
So what else is happening with you? You got. I guess you said you were out running around. Did you take a truck? You get the truck fixed?
Yeah, the truck's been running. It was just a loose wire on the solenoid.
Okay.
The somebody on YouTube mentioned to check the starter solenoid, and I thought, well, there's nothing wrong with the starter solenoid. There's
I
no
did
power
that.
to the cab.
I told you that.
Was it you?
Yeah, I said go from the battery to the starter solenoid, and then check down to the starter, but see if you jump the starter solenoid, see if it's that, or if it's the wire off of the starter solenoid.
It was a loose nut holding the positive wire on the solenoid. I didn't know that the battery went to the solenoid and then to the ignition.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's sort of weird.
And some of those you can jump. It's a little dangerous, and sparks fly sometimes. But us old hillbillies, we could jump the starter solenoid across with two screwdrivers or a pair of wrenches if you had big cojones, and jump across that bad boy, and it would fire up and start if the solenoid was bad. But that's lucky. If just a nut and a loose wire, that was great.
Yeah. I would never be able to jump mine because the starter is right up just behind the frame of the truck and up under the engine.
Ah. Where's your solenoid at?
Well, the solenoid is on top of the starter.
Oh, okay. It's one of those. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes you get the solenoid that's actually on the fender of the truck or on the wall of the truck or something, and sometimes they're right on the starter. So.
Yeah, that would have been. I like it when they're separate.
Yeah.
But anyway, I reached up there. Just because of that, I decided to check it, and it was a loose wire.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So I tightened it up, and that was it. Just a loose nut.
Yeah. Yeah, well, my wife says I got a couple of loose nuts running around here. That's just me every once in a while. So what else is going on? I'm going to pick your brain tonight.
Well, pretty much all I've got on my mind is gardening right now. I've got the rainwater collection up. I need to figure a way to fill that big tank, a 275-gallon tank. When I get that filled, I'll be taking showers out here.
Now,
so,
are you going to try and raise the tank, or are you going to pump from the tank?
The tank is 2,000 pounds when it's filled.
I know that, but my question is, are you going to try and raise it?
No.
So, some people get a wild hair and decide they want that thing about 5 feet off the ground. And I'm thinking, man, that's a lot of 4x4s, buddy.
Yeah, that's not for me. It's going to stay right where it is. I might put it on cement blocks just to keep it off the ground.
Yeah.
If anything. But with the what I'm going to do is have a tank on a platform about 4 or 5 foot. I might even I'm thinking about making an outdoor shower.
Okay.
I'm thinking about taking a black container and put it up 6 or 7 foot up in the air and using pallet wood to make an outdoor shower.
What about a barrel?
What?
What about one of your barrels? You could put a black 55-gallon barrel up there, pump the water to the barrel, let the barrel heat up via the sunlight.
Yeah, I'll probably use the smaller metal barrel. The smaller metal barrel. Because I don't want to take long extended showers. I just need um, just to get clean. It'll be nice to have a stand-up shower.
Okay. Let's see. I want to know how the wild strawberry patch is coming along near the junkyard.
Yeah, I'm typing that.
Yes, the water is 8 pounds per gallon times two. Yeah, that's a lot of water.
Yeah, it's about 2,000 pounds, I think. That's a lot of weight.
Let's see. Crawdaddy says he banged on. Yeah, I've done that. Used a hammer on the starter solenoid or on the starter to get it, break it loose and get it to turn over on it. Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah. Now
I don't have any berries here right now. I've been looking for them. I don't have any wild strawberries. Indian
oh,
berries, as we call them.
the whole meadow. There's 3 meadows here.
Yeah.
There's one up by the house, there's one in the middle, and one out by me. And the middle meadow is pure strawberries.
Oh man, I'd be all over that. That'd be making some
Well,
jelly and some jam right there, boy.
last year they didn't produce for some odd reason. I don't know why, but
It was
the
there was a lot of water issues last year. It's like I didn't get any pawpaws locally because there wasn't enough water to really for them to grow properly.
yeah, I think it might have been the drought. No, that is not a problem this year. That's for sure.
Yeah. My
The water
pawpaw trees are
barrels.
doing good this year.
Somebody's asking about the water barrels. Well, Castlemom is. I will have to bury them in winter, obviously, because insulation won't do a thing. It'll just keep it cold when it warms up.
Yeah.
But I'll have to bury them. That's going to be a job. Somebody's asking if I got the home. I'm getting it on next Sunday. Next Sunday, the motorhome is coming.
Next Sunday.
Actually, I asked the guys at church. I said, "Listen, the motorhome's coming to my place. Can we meet at my place on Sunday?" And they said, "Yeah, no problem."
Sunday, 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 motorhome with Troy.
Well, the mechanic, I guess, because in New York, see, a lot of people said, "Why don't you tow it? Why don't you get it yourself? Why don't you?" Oh, there's a pain in my butt. High seeds to freedom. Anyway, this guy, he's always pushing me.
Alice, Go Green wants to know: does your new RV not have a shower?
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So anyway, everybody says, "Why don't you get a home yourself?" But the problem is the cops out here are just looking for an excuse to burn you. And the motorhome hasn't run in 7 years, so I'm gonna have it towed here professionally
Yeah, yeah.
and then fix it here. Plus, there's no registration. The guy lost it. Then I can fix it up, get it running, and get the paperwork.
And file for a title or whatever you gotta do.
Yeah. Now, the new motorhome, if you've read the blog, it has all the details on there. But it should have a working propane shower.
Ooh.
Propane hot water. It's got 2 propane stoves, 2 air conditioners. It's pretty nice. But I'm still on a budget. I still don't have a lot of money for the propane, and I'm still going to do all the off-grid projects.
I think we ought to get you a big bathtub, one of them claw-feet bathtubs, and put it up a little bit higher on some blocks, and then build a fire under it and let you take warm baths. You can have a hillbilly jacuzzi out there. That's what you need.
Yeah, that's true. That'll scare the deer off too, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's bath water. I mean, yeah, something about a
No,
6-foot man out there bathing naked in a bathtub in the backyard scare me away too.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the deer haven't been bothering me right now. It's funny I say bothering me because of the ticks. The ticks are real bad when the deer are around.
Yeah.
But the deer are not around, I think, due to all my massive construction out here every day.
SJ4 says don't rip out the RV systems like you did on the old one. No, the idea is to keep this one as intact as possible, right?
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of it. I will have it solar. I'm going to separate the 110 from the 12-volt systems. That I will do. So I'll be rewiring the 12-volt to solar. And I'm going to use my inverter in there.
Yeah, so this one it's an add to project, not a replace project, because you still want to be able to jump in this thing and drive it down the road one of these days.
Yeah, yeah. The motorhome is 30 foot long. It's just a couple foot shorter than this camper, but if on the campers they measure the tongue as well, and a motorhome you also have the motor and the cab, so or the cockpit. So I think it's going to be just about the same amount of living space.
You know, that's not that big because I used to have a Lincoln Continental that was 22 feet long.
Yeah, yeah.
You can live in that too, but yeah, it was a yeah. So you think 30 foot? That's not really that big though.
Yeah, it's not, but this camper is nice enough. Well, it's a 32 footer when I'm in, which is probably about 28, 29 foot of living space if you take off the tongue.
Oh yeah.
So it's all right.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine just 20 some odd footer. He was living down in Tennessee in the hills down there outside of Gatlinburg, and he lived down there all winter in a camper. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, different things. It can be done. I mean, look at these tiny houses. They're even smaller than that.
They're getting funny how I say this, but the tiny homes are getting bigger and bigger. They're more popular.
Yeah, yeah.
They are really picking up right now.
You know, it's. I was talking to one of my buddies here of possibly picking up one of these. Well, we call them storage sheds around here, but actually it's a small backyard barn, whatever you want to consider. They put it on a trailer, deliver it to your place, and you can get them with just regular doors and windows and make it into a little cottage of some type, and you can buy all kinds of things that go with them. You can even buy plastic ones now that are modular that you can add to. I mean, it's, you know, no more do you have to go out and actually build a cabin. You can actually have one delivered for a couple of grand, drop it on a property and live in it.
Yeah. That's another thing. I'm wondering if I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to have too much junk out here. My landlady just told me I'm really upset and I'm really going to fight this with everything I got. She said a guy just moved into the house and he's got a camper, a long camper that he uses for a workshop, and he sleeps in it sometimes. And I said, oh, where are you going to put that? And she said, out by you. And I said, no, I don't like that idea. She said, well, it can't be visible from, you know, it has to be hidden.
Well, wait a minute. He's moving into the house. Why does he need to sleep in a camper?
Because he has it, and she's going to allow him to bring it.
Well, you know, you may not like that, but that's the problem. It's her property.
It's her place.
You know
I just, you know what? And I don't trust other people. I don't want somebody out here running around by my home.
There you go.
And I also
make friends with the bear.
Yeah, I'll tell him there's a bear out here and there's coyotes, which there are,
Yeah.
and all kinds of freaky things out here.
You and Bigfoot. Tell him you and Bigfoot have dinner every once in a while.
I don't want anything. I'm starting to clean this place up out here. I want it nice.
Well, that's why they want to move him out there by you, because you've been doing all that hard work.
Yeah, right.
And he can come in and say, "Hey, I'll help you with the garden if I get part of this," and "Hey, I can help you with that."
People asking me a lot about the motorhome. I'm not going to modify the motorhome, drill holes in it, cut it, or change it. It's going to be too nice to do that to. I will try to find a way to heat the inside of the motorhome by using an outdoor stove. So that should make a lot of people happy. A lot of people told me I should.
Yeah, a lot of them are jumping on here now saying, you know, get some land.
Yeah, it's something I dream about. It's something I want. I really want it.
You know, a land contract or some of these other things. You can start talking to people around there about possibly getting a couple of acres. Just make sure, you know, I almost got into a deal, but I found out at the last minute that the guy was lying to me, that he had land, but it didn't have any frontage to the road. It had an easement through somebody else's property. That's a bad thing. That's a real bad thing.
The problem here, she would let me buy this place I'm on. She'd be happy to do so and let me make payments. But the township said if she sells her land, then she has to pave the whole property from the main road and the whole dirt lane going through the whole property all the way back to the chunk that she sells. They're almost like making it impossible for her to do that, because who can afford to pave It's over a quarter mile of road.
And what do they mean by paved? The gravel driveway won't work?
Blacktop. Blacktop.
Oh, I don't know about that. Now that sounds really crazy. Have somebody blacktop something out in the middle of nowhere.
She said because exactly what you just said, because there's no access to the place. It has to have its own road. So she's not allowed to break up the property and sell it in parcels unless she paves it all the way to the main blacktop road a quarter mile out.
Oh.
And that is impossible for an old family.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that's impossible for a new family. I got, you know, that's. No, I'd be looking at a lawyer.
No, so many people are not believing what I'm saying. Listen, I have a friend who has a piece of property in the Catskills.
Yeah.
He's had it for 15 years. He's always had a dream of building a small cottage there. He still doesn't have it done because of the stupid zoning ordinances and junk.
Yeah.
So he's having trouble all this time. Every time he tries a new idea, they block him.
I want you people to remember this. Just because you own property, I know this because I've been eminent domained out. Just because you own property doesn't mean you really own it. You're paying taxes on that property. You can be thrown off that property. There is only one piece of property in the United States at this point in time that you cannot be eminent domained out on, and that is the old Spanish land grants down in Louisiana. Okay, they have those old land grants from back then that you can still stay in. I have a friend of mine who has one down there. His name's Willie, and you cannot be domained off of his property because the United States never owned that property, and it never will own that property as long as he continues to give it to his living relatives. So if you live on other property in the United States and you pay tax on that property, you don't actually own that property. You can be eminent domain off of it.
That's pretty crazy.
It is. But that French law down there, because it was part of the treaty and that, the families who received the land from the king continue to keep that land, and they're the only ones who cannot be domained off their property in the United States.
Right.
Well, but like he says, unless they show up with more guns than he's got, and then they'll take whatever they want. But the legally, that's the way that goes. And
how many years is it?
How many years?
Yeah.
It's forever, as long as he continues to give it to family members.
No, I mean, how eminent domain? I thought if you took care of some property for a while.
No, they got me down in Kentucky at the airport. We owned property down there near the Kentucky, well, they call it the Cincinnati airport, but it's actually in Kentucky. They got rid of the whole subdivision. People hadn't even had their houses finished, and they came by and said, "We are putting a new runway in, and we need the easement in case the plane comes up short, and it's coming right through here." And we said, "Yeah," and they said, "Okay, we're giving you this much for your land." And I'm like, "Well, this is a house, and I've got the barn, and I've got this, and I've got that." And they said, "We're giving you this much for the land." And that was all. We went to meetings and lawyers and the whole 9 yards, and basically it was either take it or lose it because you were moving no matter what. And that's what they did. They tore down the church. They tore down the houses. One person had his house built 2 weeks before they knocked it down with a bulldozer. Never even got to move into it.
I'd be upset.
Yeah, because you don't get the property. They say they give you fair market value, but they don't.
No, they don't.
And, well, you lose out on all that stuff.
A lot of people are commenting on the land, and listen, she wants to sell the land. Because she wants to get $800,000 for this land and the house. The problem is, she'll never get it. And she will be happy to break it up and sell parcels, but she can't. Because, yes, I don't care what you all say, the fact is she wants to sell it, but the ordinances say she has to have a blacktop access to it if somebody has property out here.
Yeah.
And that means she would have to pave the whole dirt lane that exists already, which is a quarter mile long. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Etienne said, this land is landlocked. She'd have to give it a right of way. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But she has to give the right of way and have it paved, she said, blacktopped. And she'd have to blacktop the whole dirt lane that pre-existed. They've changed the ordinances. So things are really complicated in New York. It's really, really complicated. Just because you own land doesn't mean you can do anything on it.
Well,
My friend, 50 years.
There's places you can own the land. You know, you can live on the land, but you're not allowed to collect the rainwater.
My friend has had his place for 15 years, like I said, and he still is not allowed to do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
That guy in, they had a gentleman out in Arizona, and I think it was Arizona, maybe it was Nevada. And where's Las Vegas? Nevada, right? He had a place out there. He built a car wash that included collecting rainwater on the roof, put it into a tank underneath he had built, and using the rainwater to help wash the cars. Not that there's much rain out there, but you know, it would help out. Any little bit helped. He had to buy a water grant because after he got it all done, they wouldn't okay it. They wouldn't okay the building after he had it built because he was stealing rainwater. Stealing rainwater.
How can you steal something that's hitting you in the head?
You're not allowed to collect it. Everybody buys these barrels to collect rainwater. In some places, it's illegal to have a rain barrel collection. In some places, they are illegal. If you collect rainwater, you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
And now they've got people, there's even YouTube things up where if they grow their own food, they're trying to say that that's against the law because they don't have agricultural
licenses.
Yeah, license and, you know, in agricultural areas and stuff like that. So if you put a garden in, you can get in trouble for that.
Yeah, it's getting hard. Did you hear about the raw milk craze going on? The police raiding stores that were selling raw milk, running in with guns drawn and arresting people
for raw milk.
Because raw milk is illegal in a lot of places. It's illegal to sell.
Yeah, because it's not been pasteurized and it's not, I understand it can be dangerous if not done correctly and blah, blah, blah and all that good stuff. But I didn't know it was illegal that way.
Thousands of years people have lived off it and they did just fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know I have a relative who has cows and I have people who ask him for milk and he does not sell it to them. He may, quote, trade it for things, but they don't buy the milk off of him. But yes, I don't like raw milk. I don't like the taste of the raw milk. That's just me.
I have had it, and it's actually more digestible.
To me, it's too thick. I like. I'm a 2% kind of guy.
Yeah, I like my thick milk. The thicker, the better.
I'm not a big milk drinker. We are the only mammals who continue to drink milk after we're weaned. Why is that?
I'm not sure, but it is how it is.
Something totally off topic. Have you ever trimmed a cow's hoofs?
No.
Okay. When you trim a cow's hoof, they can have this chalky substance in their hoofs.
Yeah.
That is a calcium deficiency. If a cow can have a calcium deficiency,
that's weird. That's really weird.
It's true, but they do. They can have a calcium deficiency in the cow, and it turns up with them chalky pieces in their hooves, and I'm like, what? Yeah, different. No, I'm not a big milk drinker, and when I do, it's the 2% stuff for myself. No, I do like goat cheese, and I do like regular cow cheese, and I like mozzarella cheese, which is actually real mozzarella is made from water buffalo. And you know, I like those kinds of things, and I have drinking milk in other countries, and you know, not a problem with that stuff. But I prefer 2% when I drink milk.
Yeah, it's that I see now you modify things when you start taking out the fat.
Yeah. Oh, buttermilk. Ew. I like buttermilk biscuits. I don't like drinking buttermilk though.
No, but it tastes horrible. I don't get stuff.
All
Yeah.
right. So now your seeds. Let's talk about your seeds and your plants.
Yeah.
We just had a program about non-GMO. We did an hour special before your show here, half an hour before your show.
Yeah.
Tell me about your seeds and plants, Troy. They're all non-GMO, aren't they?
All my seeds are heirloom seeds and non-GMO. And they are actually, I have 139 varieties of seeds. Actually, I have more than that because somebody sent me some seeds, some really neat, unique seeds. I'm going to pull them out tomorrow and do a video and put them in.
All right. Now, where did you get? I know you got a package of seeds, but
Yeah.
the other people might want to know. I know you did a video on this before, but tell them again. Where did you get your seeds from?
Survival Essentials.
All right. And
Yeah.
how are they? Are they good seeds?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna find out. I've got my seedlings that I had started, and they're growing. And my lettuce, I've been eating my lettuce, and I've got some tomatoes and peppers that have to go in yet from my seedlings from February. They were stunted due to the cold. They never grow, but they're still alive, and they're starting to grow now that it's warmer.
Right.
But I'm going to try to plant every variety of seed that I have, and I'm going to try to get a really large garden going this year. And I want to have enough food to put away to last me throughout till all the way through to next growing season, to next harvest.
Okay.
So, and then at the end of the year, August, September, October, I'm going to be showing people how to dehydrate food and how to preserve it, how to can it. That'll be the next step.
I just did a video today on my, I love to dehydrate. I dehydrate quite a bit.
Oh, hold up. Seeds to Freedom tried to call, said it goes to voicemail. What number?
I don't know. Just try it again. Give me a call back, see?
Put the number up. I never saw the number posted.
No, it's running in the room above our conversation. Hold on a minute, Seeds. You know what? I'll call you. Uh-oh.
What's up?
It won't go because of what he called from. Call again. I just tried to call him. It won't let me go because it's back to the Skype thing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he's over in Australia. I don't know what he's doing up at this hour anyway.
I got somebody called from California, so I think that was actually the Skype number call.
Yeah, Skype will show anything else.
Yeah. So you
That's
call,
right.
call again. I'm sitting here with the phone in my hand looking at it. So
A lot of people are talking about pasteurizing on the chat here. Pasteurizing actually can destroy some of the enzymes, but it makes us a little bit safer. On the other hand, raw milk is easier to digest and better for your body. So, it's personal preference, but homogenization renders this stuff useless to your body. Oh, is it 9:30 a.m. over there? I thought it was nighttime over there.
well, it depends on where he's at. I've got a buddy on the west side, and he's like exactly 12 hours difference from us.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know it was morning over there this time. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, raw milk is better for you. Non-homogenized is the middle, and the stuff in the grocery store is bad.
All right, we've got him online. Hold on a second. Let me put you up here. All right, go ahead and talk to us, Seeds. Is that you, Seeds?
Yes, not yet. Just let Troy know that the sun goes around the planet.
All right.
Happy night time around the globe at the same time.
Now, it's a little tough to hear you, but go ahead.
Actually, I'm getting double feedback.
Yeah, turn down your computer speaker.
Yeah, turn down the computer. And just talk to me on the phone. Turn down the computer and talk to me on the phone. Ah, he hung up. We lost him. Yeah, I think he's having trouble getting connected across from there.
Well, Australia is the outback. It's a bunch of barbarians running around.
Yeah, next time I think what he needs to do is hold an opal up in his hand, up in the air. Might get better signal.
Yeah. Speaking of better signal, I should hopefully have, I hope, there's somebody sending in a phone booster soon.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
That would be very, very nice because I've had some hard times uploading videos. Sometimes it takes me hours to get a single video going. Well, sorry, Seeds, but it was a bad connection. It was really scratchy, so probably just got lost.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, Seeds. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, you were breaking up and coming in and out.
What else? Yeah, the garden is the only thing on my mind right now. I want to get some more beds built, some more raised beds, and I'm thinking about building. I've got six, seven raised beds built, and what I'm thinking about doing, because there's 3 foot of space in between each one,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking about running one long 4 foot wide raised bed and saving that 3 foot in between, because I've got 5 foot of space outside the gardens all the way around the edge. I left 5 foot of space between the raised bed gardens and the outside fence for me to walk through and for the vine plants to grow.
Okay.
Oh, Seeds was his question, how am I going to save money for this land? That's a good question. Actually, there's this is just in the air. It's not for sure, so I've never told anybody this, but it's maybe possible that I might end up in Australia in November for a while. And during that time, I can save up some money to bring back with me, and hopefully I'll have some money for buying some land over here for a down payment.
So you're going to hire yourself out in Australia to fly around in helicopters and shoot roos and buffalo.
Well, I don't know, but yeah.
Fly around in a helicopter, shoot roos, and shoot buffaloes. Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
Why don't he keeps asking me how am I going to buy land? Well, you know what? That's
money.
not a question.
With money, that's how he's going to buy land, with money.
Yeah.
He's gonna get himself a sugar mama.
Oh, you know what? Listen, you know what? I have the answer. At the end of this summer, I am writing a book about everything I do. And I'm going to do a DVD video about my documentary of this project, off-grid projects, how to get off the grid. The proceeds of that, from that, could go towards getting some land, because next year I want to get some land and build a cottage and build that off the grid and keep the videos going. Phase 2, getting the cottage, building a cottage by hand myself and getting it off the grid. That's hopefully what I can do next year. And hopefully from selling the books and the video, I'll have enough to do that.
Now, do you have much construction experience?
A little bit. I wouldn't call myself a pro, but I know how to slap some boards together.
You know how to slap some boards together. Okay. Well, I didn't know if you'd ever done anything like, construction or plumbing
I've done masonry, and I've done construction.
Ooh.
I've also done demolition. But it was a long time ago, so I wouldn't say I'm an expert.
I did demolition in the service a long time ago. Yeah. Blow stuff up, sir. Yes, we.
No, I did it by hand.
Now, masonry. That could be extremely interesting, because you could talk brick, or not brick, but rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That. Now, how would that help you if you were going to make a rock cold house, or a a well, dig a well, a real well? Have you ever thought about that?
Unfortunately, it would be a lot of work to do, and this is not my property. I've really been thinking about it a lot here, and it's not my place.
Well, no, not your place, and if your possibility leaving there in,
Yeah,
you know, yeah, you'd have to talk about dragging what you got off and putting it in storage
yeah.
somewhere or something. Or
So everything I'm doing for now is above ground until it gets to the fall, and then I'm going to have to start burying these water containers.
mm.
And again, seeds to freedom, if you listen to what I'm saying instead of babbling and typing all the time, uh, I do plan on saving up money next year. I am going to sell my books and my videos after the end of this project on how to get off the grid, and I do want to buy some land and build a cottage. That is my plan for next year.
Now, I think you've got. What have you had? I don't know. Are you looking for friendship to have somebody go with you over there to? I thought I saw somebody ask if they could come to Australia with you.
What? Nobody said that.
No, no. Who was it? Somebody said something about come. Can I come?
What, in the chat room?
Yeah, yeah. Looking here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay. That's what you need. You need a female to go with you. Do your shirts, keep your stuff, keep stuff clean, stuff like that.
I never had luck with them. I don't know why.
I didn't have luck with him either. I'm on my third one, but
Well, I decided I wanted one, and I wanted, the real deal, but that's getting harder.
Uh, uh.
Yeah, but anyway.
Now, Florida. Somebody said they're in Florida. I would not. Florida's nice to visit, but it's only like a foot or two above, the ocean level. So that's the bad part about Florida. Everything's like, floodable.
Yeah, that's true. Now, a lot of New Yorkers live in Florida because there's no taxes, and they work in New York, but they have homes in Florida. And if you spend so many months a year down in your out of state home, you can get by with that. So,
No,
a lot of people.
you can do the same thing in Alaska still, can't you? Can't you like homestead in Alaska for so many months out of the year?
Yeah, but who would want to live there?
Well, I don't know. I'd give it a try. I've been up there and back. I mean, it'd be interesting. I mean, it's cold. It's different, but
Actually, Tim and I are discussing a trip to Alaska in February next year. It's just on the board. It's just in discussion stage, but we have discussed going to Alaska to do some gold prospecting. I guess Tim's heavy into that, and do some survival projects for a couple weeks to as much as a month, and we're going to try to get some companies to support us and foot the bill. But that would make some good video.
I'm right here in Ohio, and I'm happy to say that I have a gold prospect GPA places right here in Ohio, and there is gold here in Ohio, and I have been over to, it's off of Paint Creek, and you don't have to be a member of the GPA. That you can go to different parts of Paint Creek and get gold. They do have gold. They do have we have picked up also silver here out of Ohio locally, and my wife has just gotten last year. She picked up what's the amethyst? She got amethyst out of one of the rivers down here because they do quarrying up the road from us a ways, and she was able to get amethyst, and we've gotten silver out of there also. So it all comes down here into Ohio due to where the glaciers came down. It depends on where you're at and what you've got. Now you're up there near Herkimer, so you've got diamonds. Now what other stones you got up there? You've got other stuff in New York though.
There's a lot of rocks on this property. That's why I can't dig a well by hand.
Yeah, but is there any?
There's some gold, they say, but the problem is back in the 1800s, I think it was, 1800s, New York State declared that all gold discovered in the state of New York belongs to the state of New York, regardless who owns the property. So nobody does it.
Now we've got a lot of gold down here in Ohio, is what they call flour gold, but they do have nuggets every once in a while down here. We have found some bigger pieces. but a lot of it is very small, fine gold, black sand kind of gold stuff down here. So, we've gotten that. There's
Oh
different,
yeah.
different things you can get, different areas, and hey, if you get the gold, don't say anything, go to another place and cash it in. That's up to you. You don't tell anybody where you got it.
Yeah, I know.
So,
That's true. Well, a lot of people either don't prospect, they just give up and on the whole idea, or they take it out of state.
and one of my favorite things, and I just got new batteries for it, is I metal detect.
What?
That's a way that I enjoy myself, is metal detecting.
Oh, yeah, it's something I'd love to do, especially when I lived up in New York. I wish I could have had a metal detector because a lot of people lose their jewelry on the beach.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, jewelry on the beach, and then the other thing is, due to where I'm at, there's a lot of, and probably where you're at too, there was a lot of Indian and early settlers and stuff like that coming through, and we find a lot of antique stuff down here. We really do. Everything from pottery to old guns and all kinds of stuff you can find. Trade goods, everything else. So.
That'd be awesome.
Well, you say there's a lot of stuff up there on that property. You told me last time we talked last week that there was a bunch of pots and pans and other stuff up there.
Yeah.
Old
Oh yeah. Oh, there's.
cast iron stuff. I mean, people pay money for that cast iron if you burn it out and clean it up.
It's not mine to use. I can use it, but I cannot take it off the property. It's not mine. She has one of these family vans with a tiny little trunk space in the back, where you can put a suitcase or whatever.
Yeah.
And she takes every couple days, every now and then, she takes a couple pieces of metal in the back of her van, and she doesn't want to share. So.
Does she take it and cash it in somewhere or something, or?
Yeah, but it's very little. I mean, she has a dream of cleaning up the property and cashing it in, but it's never really going to happen, I think. She's been dreaming of this for years. But
well, what kind of you went fishing. You don't want to talk too much about that, but I mean, is there I was looking now. I'm looking here. Patsy Ann just wrote in here fish, shrimp, oysters, all that kind of stuff. I was looking at freshwater clams. Now, here in Ohio, some clams are endangered, and you're not allowed to have those. You're not allowed to eat them. Of course, most of them are edible. Anyway, here, a lot of them don't taste. Edible and being able to taste good is two different things. What about up there with you, edible-wise? Do you have any clams? Do you have anything like that in the creek up there or anything?
I haven't seen anything at all like that, but there's enough fish out here. There's trout in the creek, and there's 6 or 7, 8 different types of fish in the lake. Well, so I've got no problems.
If there's trout in the creek, that's a pretty clean creek, I'll tell you that.
It's a nice clean creek, yeah. And there's a lot of trout down there. I mean, there's a lot. When I go over the bridge, you can see a bunch of them. Yeah.
So what's your plans for the coming week?
Try to get that garden going. Try to get some water in that big tank. Preparing the spot for my motorhome, because I started to build the roof over my camper. Now, obviously, I stopped that. I started to build my porch. I put that on hold because 2 weeks ago I was looking at the motorhome and put everything on hold for the possibility.
Right.
So now I'm clearing out the space and preparing the area for that motorhome.
What are you going to do with the camper?
I'm going to stay in it for a while because the motorhome is going to be dirty inside. He was a contractor and he used it for storage inside.
Yeah.
So it's going to be dirty. He was honest about that. It's dirty.
Is it ripped up?
He said that the sofa has a rip in it because of the dogs. He lived in it for 7 months. In winter, actually. He lived in it for 7 months when he was renovating his house. And he had 2 dogs that stayed with him in there, and they destroyed the sofa. Well, not destroyed. He said there's a hole in the sofa. It's been ripped.
What about
from
fleas?
Their claw. Well, after 7 years of being empty, I don't think there'd be anything still alive.
Well, you didn't say how long. You said him and the dogs were last year, right?
No, he lived in it 7 years ago.
Oh, 7 years ago. Oh, okay.
For 7 months. So,
Nah, a couple of spiders, who knows, something like that. But no, I wouldn't think there'd be too many bugs.
no, just a lot of dust and dirt and filth because of his junk he was storing in there.
Oh, what did he store in there?
He's a contractor. He said he stored wood and materials and junk in there.
Isn't it kind of hard to get wood in that thing?
No, it's 30-foot motorhome.
Yeah, but you still got to go through the door and make a turn.
Trust me, I've gotten some huge things into this camper.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yep. You can get a 4x8 sheet into the camper.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, people are talking about submersible water pumps for pumping water. The problem with the 12-volt pump is I'd never be able to get enough 2-gauge wire to run to the creek to power the pump. So I'm thinking about using a power inverter on the truck. Running a 110-volt extension cord to a 110-volt pump to get water into the tank on the bed of the truck.
Yeah.
But I gotta get. I also, by the way, I did get some garden hose recently. So the next thing I gotta get is a water pump. I need a.
Well, that would make more sense because you'd be losing a lot running it from there to the creek and back. You know, the power you would lose for going that distance, plus the fact that you'd have to run a wire all that distance, it'd make a whole lot more sense to run it off the truck and then be able to move the water because that's a long way to travel water, to pump water, and then you have to have a strong enough pump to shove it that far.
I see. A lot of people don't really realize I can't get the truck close enough to the creek to use the 12-volt pump.
Right.
The truck cannot physically get that close because there's trees along the edge, and then there's a long rocky slope going down to the creek. So I'm going to have to use AC, which is no problem because I just have to get an AC pump, and that will be able to run off an inverter from the truck.
Yep.
So, now the little 12-volt pumps I have are going to be great for pushing water around up here by my camper. That's going to be awesome for that.
Unless somebody wants to donate a gasoline-powered pump that he can take down there to the creek and leave down there by it, fire it up and shove the 2-inch pipe all the way back up to the house. Now, if you all like to hit the donate button and send him some money for that, I don't think he'd complain.
No, I wouldn't complain. Yeah. I was thinking about a gas-powered pump, actually, but then you need gas.
And you need gas. You got to do the same thing with the truck.
Well, yeah.
Purpose, you know, it's half a dozen of one and 6 of the other.
That's true. I'm a little bit nervous right now. I'm looking out the window. I've got my chickens are in the chicken tractor out in the meadow. They're mowing down the grass. They're amazing lawnmowers. But there's something out here howling. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something howling outside, and it's off in the distance yet, but it bothers me.
Well, it's 9:58. It's about time to kill this anyway. You can go out there and howl back at it.
In a couple minutes, I'll bring it. You know, we'll stay on for.
Somebody says, "Holy oath!" Thoreau says, "Get the hell out of New York." Well, I don't know. New York's not a bad place. I got family up there outside of Syracuse. New York's not bad.
Upstate New York is amazing. It's so pretty up here.
It is.
Yeah.
There's a big wildlife. What is it? Is it I-90? Got the big wildlife refuge on it?
I actually don't know. I don't get out as much as I should.
Up that way, so. Yeah, I mean, it's nice places out there. There really are. I mean, there's good places everywhere. Just because you're in one place and you think it's great, somebody else may not like it or whatever. Like Troy said, part of Alaska. I mean, I enjoyed Canada and other places. I've been up to Alaska. And I've been all over the world, but, you know, I like it down here by Kentucky. I'm a Kentucky hillbilly, and I'm just north here of just above Cincinnati right now. But Kentucky and Tennessee, I'm a happy man. I really am.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't know. I'm here. I've staying here because of my church. It's the only reason I'm here. Otherwise, I would be back in Michigan. And yeah, seeds. I'm going to use a submersible pump. That's the idea. But yeah, I'd be back in Michigan. That's where I would stay.
Now,
And the land is cheaper in Michigan. It is.
Crawdaddy says take your shoes off. I'm barefoot as it is. What are you talking about, son? I don't wear shoes in the house, and I barely wear them outside half the time. My wife yells at me. You think Cody Lundine's got tough feet? Now now you've got the video going up tonight.
Yeah, when we're done here, I'm going to finish up the video is uploaded. I just got to make it live and finish my my comments and all the text that I have to type.
Now, what part of Michigan?
What? Where I'm from?
Yeah.
Bay City.
Okay. Now,
Well, outside Bay City.
you'd like to go back there?
Oh, I miss it.
There you go.
Yeah. My mom and dad were at the cabin this weekend. They've got a one-room cabin on a crystal clear spring-fed lake. Really nice. It's one of the prettiest states, and I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Okay. Now, Crawdaddy says his buddy in Kentucky always makes sure he takes his shoes off. Where are you at, Crawdaddy? Crawdad, I'm sorry. You in Louisiana? Now, see,
Well, anyway,
I have to burn my boots every time I go across the Ohio River because that's a Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to take that northern dirt down south, so I had to burn my boots when I go across the river.
Yeah, I've never been down south much. I was down in Texas in the Army, but
Fort Hood?
yep.
Yeah. Did you jump?
I should have. I'm really mad at myself.
We just had a guy the other day. His grandson has got. I think he's waiting on a lung transplant or something like that. We had a 90-some-odd-year-old man jumped from a plane the other day here, just outside of town, to raise awareness and to do a benefit. And he has not jumped since 1947 in Japan was the last time he jumped.
Wow.
And so he's a World War II vet, and he did a tandem jump. He jumped, of course, tandem jump, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty special. So
What is a thump pump?
I don't know. I know
either.
what a thump barrel is, but I don't know what a thump pump is.
There's a ram pump. I've heard of a ram pump, and I've studied it, but I can't build it. I'm not that. I don't think I can build it. I was looking at ram pumps, and they just look too complicated for me to make out of the scrap laying around here.
He said it's a ram pump.
Sam lived in Essexville. Wow. That's not far at all. That's like 2 miles from my home. That's amazing.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm also talking to 2 other people from Bay City.
Cool.
So, really getting to meet people back home a lot.
Well, Sim says you can, and definitely. If you'd like to get a hold of Troy, you can get a hold of Troy and send him messages over at... Where is it, Troy?
info@thediyworld.com. Yeah, everybody, if you ever want to contact me, I'm typing in the email address. That's the best way to contact me.
There you go.
The PMs are awkward because Google doesn't allow you to search, and if I'm ever looking for a comment or a message that I was trying to look up again or remember who's who, it's impossible with the private messages on YouTube. So, what else? What was I just thinking?
Well, you got your chickens outside. How's that working out with your chickens and the chickens?
They are incredibly happy. They are really, really happy.
You getting eggs?
No, not yet. Somebody said they need light, so I'm working on some LED lights to put in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up it's gonna be on for about 12 hours a day. So.
All right. So they're
Hopefully.
happy. They're eating. They're scratching. They're doing their thing.
They are really, really happy. They are mowing down 12 to 18 inch tall grass every day.
Damn.
So
Them chickens are almost as good as goats.
So,
So you're gonna be
oh,
moving.
people talking about how much land. The thing is, I don't know, I'm grounded here in New York for now. I've got my church here in New York. I've got everything here. I'm looking for land nearby here. If I could find 5 acres here, in the area, where I don't have to move around anymore, I would love it. I'd be happy. So,
One thing at a time, my friend. One thing at a time. Worry about that, and you may be going. You might have to take this whole thing and shove it into a storage unit somewhere off the property or something. God
no,
forbid, but you might have to if you go to what do you call it, Australia, or who knows what's going to happen.
she charges $20 a month for storing my stuff. Not a big deal.
Well, if she gets that guy in there next to you, how much does he charge to stay out of it?
Yeah, I know it.
I hate to go there, but you know.
Well, somebody mentioned taking a mouse trap, a 12 gauge shotgun shell.
No,
Like,
no, no. I know where you're going with that one. Not that I've. Yeah, let's not go there. Yeah.
and just put a lot of red warning signs all over the place. Keep out.
They've got a better version of that you can actually buy as a signaling device online, and it's exactly the same thing. But yeah, I'll give you a link to that later if you want. But
Actually,
yeah, the shotgun shell thing, yeah.
If there's a safe professional type of thing like that, give me the link because I want to have advanced warning when the raccoon comes after my birds.
It'll blow the head off a deer.
Well, send me the link, please, because
Okay.
I'm not sleeping well right now because there is no floor in the chicken tractor, and I'm really worried about him. I want to get an alarm on there.
I will send you that after the show. I'll get the link and send it to you.
So Seed says there's 5 acres to move to. Send me an email. Oh wait, read comment. The problem is I can't get this chat to go back up there. Somebody said there's free 5 acres. Send it to me again. Where is it? See, the chat keeps throwing me back to the beginning. I can't get up there.
What?
SJ4 GoGo4 said there's 5 acres. Where is it? Oh, Kentucky.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's the problem. I'm here. Alright, well, I gotta sign off and finish uploading my video.
All you gotta do is look for 12 gauge alarm.
12 gauge alarm. That sounds great. I will do that because it'll help me to sleep in peace at night.
Yeah, you can buy them online, and there's actually a couple of YouTube videos on it also.
Great.
But yeah, if you guys are really interested in that, I'll just tell you 12 gauge alarm. That's the easiest way to check it out.
Yeah, because right now I have 2 motion detecting spotlights out there, and I keep my window open and I sleep light.
You know something else that sometimes it scares the raccoons off. It doesn't always work, but you know those cheap driveway alarms where you go across and it makes that bing bong noise and stuff like that, and it just cuts across the I-beam thing. You know what I mean? The laser eye, and you drive across the driveway and it makes a noise.
Yes, I know how to make them. I was making them when I was a kid.
That if a raccoon or a deer goes across there and it makes a noise, it scares them too. It has worked. It doesn't always work.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that, but the idea is to make a noise to wake me up as well.
And every mama wants to know a link for your YouTube channel. Can you put your YouTube channel link in?
Wait, people don't know my channel?
Well, you get new people. She's been gone for a while.
Okay.
There, Crawdad's got it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Thank you, Crawdad.
Thank you, yeah.
That in there. And every mama's been gone. She had a baby. She's been having trouble with the baby and had the baby and all that good stuff. So she's been gone since we started the new website, actually. She was with us over at Prep Steady Network when we were running that over there. And now that that's gone and we now have this website, she's followed us over here. So
see, they're asking me if I'm willing to move to Kentucky for free rent. The problem is I am established here in my church, and I wish you could understand that. That's the only thing keeping me right here in New York. The work does not bother me at all. He says it would be a ton of work to clean it. It doesn't bother me at all. It's just that I'm here in New York right now, and that's what's keeping me grounded is my church.
Okay, and Sam Lyon says, hey, Tech Man, I need to get some info on what you're looking for land-wise because I'm an investor.
All right, well, Sam, you got my email. Contact me later. Let's talk. Actually, you got my phone number. Let's talk.
So there you go.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to get going here.
All right, brother. And somebody said Lisa's pneumatic air gun, a 22 version. I guess they're talking about shooting the raccoons and other stuff. So
Yeah, but mine has to. What I need is an alarm. I need something that triggers an alarm if anything goes out by my birds, so that I wake up in time.
yeah,
That's what's important to me.
yeah, because a good boar coon will rip into that chicken wire real, yeah, or the bear.
Well, a skunk, a possum, or a coon will dig under the thing
Yeah,
just as easily.
and the bear will just stand knock it all. Yeah.
Oh, the bear! It would be like breaking a bag of potato chips for that bear.
Yeah.
It'd be nothing.
Well, brother, we'll be looking for the video coming up. I'll shoot you this. Probably have this to you tomorrow day.
Yeah,
I'll
please.
send this to you. Great
All right.
show like always. Everybody enjoyed it. Y'all enjoyed the show, didn't you? Everybody said thanks, Troy.
Yeah.
And keep us updated with that. And I hope you don't get too much rain because I'm supposed to get rain here next couple of days. And I don't know if it's going to move up the East Coast.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain again, but it's going to be 80s and 90s this week, so it's going to be rough.
Oh, yeah, 88 for me down here most of the week.
Listen, I'm going to ask you a question before I sign off and see what you think. I may invite a guest to join us next week.
Fine.
All right?
Yeah.
So we'll have 3 of us.
Bring them in on Skype, and if you guys just want to talk, I'll sit back and shut up.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
All right?
Anytime you want to have a guest on, you just send me a notice that you're going to have a guest and have them join us the same way you join me.
Yep.
Have them do that. As long as I can get hold of them, we'll bring them in, and not a problem, buddy.
All right. All right, then.
So,
All right, thank you, guys.
You want us to give us a hint on the guest? Anything early?
Nope.
Or?
Nope, no, because I want to confirm it first.
Ooh, I hate it when he does that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, you be careful up there. Be safe. If you need anything, you know how to contact us. Anybody, if you're interested in getting a hold of Troy, you guys now have his thing. Put your DIY link in there one more time for us, please.
Info? Yeah.
Info. So if you guys want to get hold of him, this is how you get hold of him. The easiest way. I've had a couple of people calling me, wanting me to talk to him directly, and I don't have a direct line to talk to Troy unless I call him on his phone, and I refuse to give out anybody's phone number unless I check first. So your best bet is to contact Troy by going through info@thediyworld.com. You can leave messages for him that way, and if he decides to give you his phone number, that'll work. Next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Monday. And we're going to be all living off grid around the cabin with Troy.
Yep.
And by Monday, you should have...
I will have a motorhome.
And that means on Monday night, you'll be uploading a new video.
Yes, I will.
Ooh.
Yep. I'm excited.
This is going to be good. This is going to be a good Monday coming up. I can already tell.
I know. I'm excited. I'm anxious.
All right, man. We'll be watching for you. You have a great night. Be careful out there.